There's a system in your body that is doing some of the most important work of your health, filtering waste, supporting immunity, reducing inflammation, helping to clear waste from your cells. And almost no one in the wellness space talks about it. At least we're not talking about it enough. It is your lymphatic system. So today, we are going to talk about your lymphatic system and why taking care of it might be one of the most high leverage moves you make when it comes to your health and well-being. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. So, no doubt, even if it was just an 8th grade science, you have heard about the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system. But the lymphatic system tends to fly under the radar, and it tends to be a system we kind of forget because, again, it's not being talked about enough. But it's working constantly in every cell of your body to do something absolutely essential, which is clear out cellular waste. And when the lymphatic system is working well, you feel it. You feel it everywhere. You feel it in your energy. You feel it in your immune resilience. You feel it you see it in your skin. You even feel it in the absence of things like puffiness and achiness. But when your lymphatic system is sluggish, which it definitely can become under chronic stress, with poor sleep, definitely with a sedentary lifestyle, or hormonal shifts, or illness, you definitely feel that too. And often you don't know how to connect the dots. Here's what you need to know about the lymphatic system. Unlike your cardiovascular system, which has the heart to act as the pump, your lymphatic system doesn't have a dedicated pump. So it relies on muscular contraction, on deep breathing, on gravity to move it. Which means, and this is really important, if you are sedentary, if you are a shallow breather, if you are chronically stressed, your lymphatic flow slows down significantly, and you pay the consequences. Lymphatic fluid carries cellular waste, excess proteins, pathogens, and immune cells, even hormones, through a network of vessels and nodes throughout your body. And when it moves freely, the waste is processed and eliminated. But when it stagnates, that cellular debris builds up in your tissues, which again contributes to inflammation, immune dysregulation, even things like brain fog, and general feelings of heaviness and depletion. In midlife, of course, this matters even more because estrogen has a direct relationship with lymphatic function. As estrogen fluctuates and declines, most women, or I should say some women, not all women will feel this, but some women notice an increase in fluid retention. I know I feel this. My body gets inflamed and puffy from things that it definitely did not have that response to earlier in my life. A lot of women notice they're getting sick more frequently. They have slower recovery from exercise, and even their skin changes, all of which have a lymphatic component. So here's just a really simple a few simple evidence-informed practices that can help support lymphatic flow. First, move your body. Often and much. I am always talking about this. In fact, this month in my Rumble and Rise community, we are doing a Move More challenge. It's not exercise more. It is just moving your body more frequently throughout the day. That's the challenge. Because any movement, not just exercise, but literally any movement that contracts large muscle groups keeps the lymph flowing. So walking, as simple as that is genuinely one of the best lymphatic tools that you have. So walk everywhere. Walk as often as you can. Walk. Second, breathe deeply and deliberately every day. because diaphragmatic breathing creates a pressure change in the chest cavity that physically pumps lymph fluid, right? So just taking a few minutes to breathe deeply into your chest, into your diaphragm, definitely getting out of your neck and shoulders, because most people are breathing very high, very shallow, very, very up into the chest, high chest. So let's get it lower. Let's get into the belly. Let's start practicing that. And even 5 minutes of that type of breathing can go a long way. So we don't have to do epic periods of it, but just 5 minutes a few times a day can definitely help you with your lymphatic system. And of course, this last point, I hope this came to mind as soon as I said what you could, tools to help you improve lymphatic flow. Hydrate well. Lymph is largely water, and dehydration thickens it and slows the flow. So hydration can go, that's why when you drink a lot of water, you tend to feel less puffy, right? Yes, you have to pee more. That is a byproduct of drinking water. But it also helps to reduce inflammation. It clears up your skin. And a lot of that has to do with that lymphatic connection. So you don't need a special device or expensive treatments to support your lymphatic system. Although I will say lymphatic massage can go a long way. I mean, there's a lot of lymphatic massage that's promoted in like cancer recoveries. I know a friend of mine just recently went to have her first lymphatic massage, and she said she was just mind blown by it, by how, first of all, how much she peed after the massage because her body was finally eliminating things, and just how much better she felt. So it's definitely something to consider. So again, the lymphatic system is not a system we want to ignore. This is your body's cellular housekeeping system. And we want that system to be working properly, because when it runs well, everything else runs better. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a midlife woman's guide to deep health and happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.